Hello and welcome back. This is our fourth video in this series of learning how to program in MATLAB and Octave. If you recall, we had a video on variables, data types, and data structures. We had a second video on input and output, a third video on mathematical and logical operators, and now we're going to go over conditional execution, effectively working with program flow. Now, remember, MATLAB is a high-level programming language that is interpreted, is a domain-specific language, very powerful for engineering and scientific computation, but these principles are the same principles and the same elements that you should go over anytime you're learning any high-level programming languages. Okay? And remember, by high level, we mean any language that it has a higher level of abstraction than assembly language. So with that, let's go over conditional execution. You're going to create another cell. In MATLAB, you do that with percentage sign and another percentage sign, like that, and then you need to leave a space. Conditional execution. So conditional execution, in terms of our intro, relational operators, greater than equal to, relational and logical operators are combined with an, I'm going to call this if else if else statement structure, I want to say, to selectively execute blocks of code by performing a basic conditional test that evaluates a given expression for a Boolean value of true, 1 or false. So, okay, so let's go over this. Again, conditional execution. Now, we are writing here our first program in this script, but these are statements all sequential. And if that's all you could do, you could not solve all possible problems, meaning you could not implement all possible algorithms. Right? When we are coding, what we are effectively doing is we are implementing our algorithm, our set of instructions to solve a particular problem in a target programming language. That's the coding part. And so one of the key elements that you need is to be able to selectively execute a particular block of code by performing that test. So let's go with the simplest if statement. So the simplest if statement will be something like this. If, and now this is an expression that we put here, if, you can put parentheses or not, let's say 5 is greater than 1, that's a relational operator. This is going to give me a logical value, right? Like 5 greater than 1. Yes, logical 1. If that happens, we're going to say, let's say display, yes, 5 is greater than 1. Another statement, let's say, yes, thanks for asking. And then end. So this will be the simplest statement. This is only going to be executed if we have a logical 1. Let's run it. The selection. Actually, let's clean the screen first. Let's clear all the variables. That's right. We need to close the string here and here. Let's do it again. There you go. Yes, 5 is greater than 1. Notice, so let's do it once again. This section of the code gets executed because we have a true statement. Notice, however, if I did 1 greater than 5, nothing will happen. Let's see. We don't see anything. Okay, so let's do it the other way. Okay. Now, let's do a slightly more complex statement, conditional statement. That's the if-else statement. And so to do that, let's do something like this. I'm going to create a random variable. So a equals rand. It picks my random number generator, and every time I have a new number, right? So a is a random number, b is another random number. So I don't know which one is going to be higher. So I'm going to say if a is less than b, then I'm going to display that a is less than b. I'm going to put a and b also. So that's the section of the code. Else, a is greater than b. A, b, then end. So let's run this. So what we have in this random, we got a was 0.25, b 0.92, and so the section of the code is a less, yes. And so a is less, and then it also displays those. Okay. So quite straightforward. What about you have more cases? Well, we can do if, else if, else if, else if, as many as else if we need, and then else. So let's do this same sort of situation. And to create two values, I'm going to say, okay, that happens, yes. Else if a is greater than b, else if a is equal to b, and so it's either going to be less or greater or equal, right? And so this is equal. And if not, I'm going to say here else display error. Okay, let's do this. So what do we get? A was 0.76, B 0.89, A is less than, so this is the part that was evaluated. Again, you can have more complex statements here, and the important thing is that now we have conditional execution. Depending on which statement is true, you will be executing one part, one block of code. Let's go ahead and actually publish what we have done so far and what we have. So we have about variables and the output of our variables. We have about input and output. We have a section on mathematical and logical operators. And now we started to look at program flow, the first part, conditional execution. Now there is also a switch statement that you can look into, but typically you are going to use the if, else if, else if, else if, else statement. Thank you.